Hey friends, so today is Saturday. This is typically, and when I say typically, it's because I'm not working right now, but when I have my normal work schedule, this is the day where all of the things go down. So I'm gonna take you through all of my Saturday things, all pigs, because my Saturdays are typically all pigs. So when I did the Q&A, I had a lot of questions that I didn't get to, and there was one in particular that I really liked, but it would have been sort of a lengthy answer. But someone asked me to give one-word descriptions of each of my pigs. So I figured while I'm going through all my chores for today, I could also reintroduce my pigs and give you a little backstory and a little characteristic blurb about each one. So we're gonna jump right into this. Hair up is essential on pig day. I swear I keep hitting my microphone and I'm really sorry if you can hear it. Oh my God, look at the squirrel. He's so cute. He was just shaking his tail. Look at him. I haven't fed the birds yet. We're gonna have to feed the birds. Oh, what's he? Oh, his little hands. I just cannot. I should add the picture of the little baby squirrels that I've found in the past. So cute. So where I would start today is like right now, David, Moira, and Bebe have free roam. So this would be the day where I usually do like full cage cleans. I started doing some last night, 2 levels of hippies, but right now my laundry basket is very full. So because it's really full, I will not be able to switch their stuff out yet because I have like no buckets to put it in. So what I'm gonna do is let them stay out. And since they're out, I'm gonna start the laundry, get it going, come back in, strip their beds, and then I have mats to put right back in place of it. Oh, I get to hold the camera because you have to carry the bucket. Carry my bucket, sir. What you doing, TT Bird? All right, so this is my fancy laundry outside area. So really all I do is I just take my liners. As you can see, there's like a bunch of hair on it. And I just brush off. Tonka loves to lay right, and then I just get nasty guinea pig stuff on her. So this is like, so then what we do is we move my station. I love you too, sweetie. And I always want to be near you, but I don't want nasty guinea pig stuff on you, okay? Okay. Try this again. So I just brush off as much as I can. And I never get it perfect. I mean, there's still hair on there. And I do get questions. People are like, you know, my mom doesn't want me to wash my laundry or the guinea pig laundry in our laundry because she doesn't want to get it dirty. But I mean, kids pee in beds, like there's all, I mean, and you wash it, right? It's like, it's the same thing. Also, a lot of washers have a self-clean, like a rinse, and you can always, if someone feels that weird about it, you can do a clean cycle just in your own tub, set it, clean it out, and then do your human laundry if it weirds you out too much.
I guess, do you see our laundry getting stinkier because you do guinea pig laundry in there?
Absolutely not. But like I do, like I will see like remnants of hay and stuff like at the bottom or like hair because of my dogs. But I just take my handheld little dust buster and I just vacuum out around in the chamber of the washer. It comes out. I mean, we're disgusting too. I feel like there's no living creature that doesn't create some kind of mess, and we wash our underwear, right? No, underwear is not.
My underwear's clean.
You know what I mean.
What you doing, Mama?
So since I'm doing David and Bebe and Alexis's cage first, I'll start with talking about them and their backstory. I got David, Alexis, Bebe, Moira, Johnny, and MJ all at the same time. And because I got them all at one time, I did technically get MJ first, which is why she's not a Schitt's Creek character. But when I got the rest, it was really hard to come up with 5 names just like right off the jump. So I gave them Schitt's Creek character names because I love that show. And they were a part of a breeding herd belonging to a local pet store, and they wanted to, you know, stop breeding. And it is really hard to find homes for 6 guinea pigs and then them being senior guinea pigs. And a lot of times breeding pigs have a lot of health issues because females are prone to ovarian cyst just in general. And Moira did have what's called a palometra, which is an infected uterus. So she did have hers removed with me. At that point, I had already had 6 guinea pigs. So I went from 6 to 12 very fast when I rescued that herd of 6. And they were all good together. And then over time, because MJ, Alexis, and Bebe all had babies while they were with me, because they all came pregnant when I rescued them, I had to do some separating during their nursing period because Moira got really funny, especially with Bebe. When Bebe had her babies, Moira got really funny with her, and she would chase the babies off, and she got really aggressive towards Bebe. So I didn't, want anyone to be stressed out. So that's when I started separating that herd, which was kind of a bummer because it was cool to have that many together, because the largest number I had was a 3 in a herd, and that was Henry, Gigi, and Frenchie. But it's better for everyone. They're all happy. I do find that the 3 that are together, David, Alexis, and Bebe, they do so well together. They're just, I don't know who's alpha. It's like really hard to tell because they just kind of all share the roles with each other, just like at different times who's the boss. I really do love them. But as we all know, David is the man. You want me to talk about you and not David? My hands are dirty. I don't want to touch your pretty face. Oh, David. When I brought David home, I wasn't exactly thrilled about David at first because he was still intact. He was just, I had not had a male-female pairings where the male still was intact, and to see like how intense they were with females. So it took me a little bit to get used to, but I neutered him like really soon after bringing him home, because that was like the whole point, is to retire everyone from breeding. And once he was neutered and once I got used to him, and I fell in love with him. I think it only took like a week, and I was just like, this guinea pig is like the coolest guinea pig ever. It's crazy to think that he was living in a pet store for 3 years. I was just like, God, this like amazing dude who's just been living in this pet store getting like no human contact and interaction, and yet it seems like he's traveled the world. Like he just seems like, I've done everything. What are you talking about? It's me, I'm David. Oh, it's my pig room liner. I love this pattern. It's so good. I love when he does the 2 tones. He's like making these new ones that are just like a solid color on front and the gray on the back, and it looks so sick. I love that. But moving on to talk about the rest of the ladies of that group. Alexis. Alexis is funny. She's like not shy, and she's by far my most food motivated guinea pig. Like I swear she could do a complete pull up out of her cage if I just rustled food long enough and like didn't appease her, because I've never seen a guinea pig run faster for food than Alexis, and she's a pretty big girl. But yeah, she wants nothing to do with my hand. She wants nothing to do with me really at all, but she's got some, like, but she's not shy. Like she shows her personality at the same time. Bebe was the one out of all of those females when they were in the pet store that would let the people who worked there pet her. She was the only one who would let you reach in and like love to have her head rubbed and her chin rubbed. And if you follow my Instagram, you'll probably see lots of clips of me like being able to like rub and love on Bebe. She's like the only one of those females that lets me do it. She's just fantastic. She's so sweet. She's like dominant and not dominant when it comes to Alexis, but when she was with Johnny and Moira, she was definitely bottom of the barrel, and they picked on her, which is like why I had to separate them, which brings me to Johnny and Moira. They had a hard time figuring out their relationship when I had moved them into just 2. When you separate a herd in any way, like they have to like reestablish, because like when Moira and Johnny were with the rest, like the pecking order was different. Now when they're just the 2 of them, they've got to figure it out between just the 2 of them. So that was a struggle. And they used to live in the 3-story cage that I had, and I found that just the way excuse me, you're doing bad, naughty things in front of everybody. Most people wait until their mother isn't looking, and you just do it in front of me. You make it look like I don't train my animals. Matoro, hey, sit. Are you allowed to do this? No, ma'am, lay down. Listen. She does not ever listen to me. Momo, sit. You need to be good listener. Lay down. You do not go into the laundry yourself. No, ma'am. Here, you want dirty guinea pig laundry so bad? Stay. Stay. So Johnny and Moira, once I moved them out of the 3-story shelf cage that I have into the one they're in now, like the floor one, it really helped their relationship. I don't know if it was just like the layout of the cage, but now they like to sleep near each other. I don't have any issues where Moira is like doing her like stress screaming. So I'm really happy with like how they've worked out. And then MJ, so MJ I brought home first from that group because she was like extremely pregnant. And the guy who managed the pet store was like, I think, you know, she's gonna have her babies any minute. There's no space for them here. And they were 6 guinea pigs living in a Midwestern cage, and 3 of them were pregnant and one of them was about to have a baby. So that doesn't stress you out to think about. So I brought her home, and I set her up in that closet cage that you see now. And she had her babies that night. And I'm pretty sure it was like a stress-induced delivery because she, you know, her whole entire atmosphere changed, but all her babies came out fine. But she's my most skittish. So because I brought her home first, and I didn't even have the rest of the herd here, and Hippie I had as a single pig at that point because he had just been fixed and I hadn't figured out how I was gonna pair him or find a mate for him. So once her babies were old enough, I just sort of he was still very young, and I just kind of introduced them all together at one time, and he really loved the babies, and MJ, you know, accepted him and was fine with him. So once the babies found their new homes, I kept him and MJ together, and it worked out great because I didn't know what I was gonna do with Hippie and like who I was gonna find for him. And so when I brought the rest home, you know, that's when I kept them together, and then they eventually separated up. But that's the backstory on like my Rose family breeding herd rescue. And now I need to start this laundry because we've got loads of it to do today. There's only but so many hours in the day. So I have everything loaded in. I actually just bought a bunch of these from Chewy because, well, let's just throw them in so I can show you one. Hippie really loves his house. And so I'm like, well, if he loves it, maybe everyone else loves it. And if not, then at least I'll have another one to, you know, be able to sub in when I'm washing the current one that we have. So I bought 4 more since I have 5 herds. So now I have 5 of these. And they're like $7, 7 something on Chewy. And he just like loves the little window. I don't know if it's because they like having a double access point. I mean, I cannot imagine Alexis being able to fit through this window, but Hippie can. So anyway, just bought these, so I'm gonna wash them since they're, you know, brand new. I've already got my detergent in. We've got my vinegar, so I'm just gonna add my vinegar. Da-da-da-da. I just do my normal settings on this. I'm just gonna do the high. I'm just gonna do this one setting. Boom. Chore number 2. I don't know what number chore I'm on right now. All right, so now I'm gonna hang up my clean laundry. These, again, mats that I got from Target. They have like 5 different colors. I think they like added some new ones because I just got these. These are in preparation for my Christmas Hanukkah cages. But I think it was Austin from the pig room who told me about these Target mats. But I have legit spent a small fortune on them because they just make my life so easy. If you're looking for an easy way to like have cage liners, I don't want to say I love them more than cage liners, but I'm gravitating towards them more right now. So anyway, I'm gonna hang these up. While I hang these up, we will talk about Figgy and Olive. This might get confusing, but see if you can stay with me. So Olive was initially a part of the breeding herd, along with David, Alexis, and that whole crew. But months prior, when I was having my struggles with trying to find someone for Henry, and I got Figgy as a girl, but he ended up being a boy, and they didn't get along. And then I got really nervous about rescuing a guinea pig off Craigslist and then it not working, and you know, didn't want to return a guinea pig to somebody who didn't want the guinea pig, so then having to rehome the guinea pig because I really don't ever want to rehome any animal I bring in if necessary. So I went to the pet store that my friend manages because they have people who are trying to get rid of their guinea pigs and they don't know where to go. So they take in guinea pigs that need homes. So that's why they also didn't want to do the breeding anymore, because they were just always having people dropping off guinea pigs that they didn't want anymore. So I went up there and I was just like, do you think I could borrow, like take home a female and see if it works out with Figgy or Henry. I need mates for both of mine. They're by themselves. And he's like, yeah, you want to take one from, this breeding group and like test it out and see. Olive was who I just reached into first. And what's funny is one of the girls who was working there was like, you should take the pumpkin colored one, which is Bebe. And they're like, she loves being pet. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if they're ever rehoming these, someone is more likely to take her and not take Olive. So I'd rather take the pig that someone else wouldn't want because they're skittish. So Olive was the first one I was attracted to. I loved her little crested splat and brought her home, and she and Figgy hit it off perfectly. She and Henry did not. They fought. I was just like, hey, like works out great with him. Can I just keep her? And he was like, totally. So that's how Olive came into the group. All right, so Figgy again. So I have gotten some, which I'll get to, off Craigslist, but because, like I said, this pet store always has guinea pigs dropped off, looking for homes. My friend manages it. I felt really comfortable being there and talking with them about getting pigs when I was first getting into it. So when I initially had just Henry, and I was like, all right, I always hear and read about like how common it is that guinea pigs get missexed and like sexed wrong. So it's like, I'm gonna go to my friend's shop, like they'll help me out, they'll know what's going on. One of the breeding pigs, one of Moira, Johnny, Bebe, one of those females had a litter and they had babies. And I was like, okay, so can you sex one of the babies and I'll take whichever one is female? So the guy took them out, sexed them, told me Figgy was female. So it's like, okay, I want Figgy. Like, I want to try to bond him with Henry, which didn't work. But where I'm going with this is Figgy is the son of one of those females. And I would just be very ironic and funny if he was the actual son of Olive. Because the second they met, like literally the second they met, I have a clip of it, I should put it in here. I like put them in a pen, did the whole thing, and he just immediately started humping her like within seconds. And it took me months, like I think I was like in bed sleeping just thinking about the guinea pigs, and I was like, oh, it's just their story's so fun. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, if Figgy's Olive's son, he humps her sometimes. I was like, wait, how do I know whose baby he is? So that's like my Figgy and Olive's background story of how they came together. And as far as like their characteristics and like how I would describe them, I mean, Figgy's just like a fluffball dream. I love him. I've had him since he was a baby. He's one of the only ones I've had since since he was that young, or a pig that was that young. And I just love him. Like, he doesn't necessarily want me to come in and pick him up, but when I do pick him up, he loves being held, he loves snuggling, he lets me rub all over him, he lets me kiss his face. Like, he's just a dream. He's super sweet. I don't know exactly how he would be with the other males, but it seemed like with Henry, like he was down to be buddies with Henry, and Henry was not down. And Olive, she's super sweet. She took a really long time to take treats out of my hand. As like maybe her and MJ, I think, probably took the longest to take treats for me. Again, like I love her so much. She wants nothing to do with me, but I don't care. She's the cutest little puffer fish when she sleeps. She's super good to Figgy, and that's like really all I care about. All I care about is like how they bond with each other more than how they bond with me. And they are like a really good pair. Like they're probably like the strongest pair, like strongest bonded pair that I have. So I just adore them, and I'm so thankful for them. And their weird little incest story that might not be incest, but might be incest. It dawned on me at a moment where I was like, but like all mice and rats and guinea pigs and bunnies all with their family members. Why do you think? That's why they procreate so fast.
Nasty.
All right, so I'm done hanging up all of my, it's like I hang them up. I don't actually know why, because they're probably gonna go right into David's cage as soon as I get in there. But all of this, so I've been talking about how I'm gonna start making liners, and I've like officially like collected all of my materials. I've got my U-Haul pads for the liners. I also watched a video, I think it was from Squeak Dreams. She used, and if it's not her, whoever I'm talking about, used these like quilted mattress pads. And so I wanted to try those too, because I want to make like a few different versions, like some with the U-Haul liners. I want to try some with these because it was like a 2-layer. So mattress protector, mattress pad. I think they're essentially the same thing, but they're just with different material. So I want to try that out. Got some gray. I got my Christmas stuff coming in. I had to order Hanukkah fleece because They don't really have Hanukkah patterns at the store, whatever. But look at this Christmas one. Look at these little cute polar bears. So Josh's mom is gonna like show me the way. And then, you know, had to throw some red in there. Snowflakes. And then I got just this color. So this is a lot of stuff. She has a sewing machine. Actually, she has her own sewing machine and a sewing machine that she donated to Josh and I that we've had for years and never used, but now we're finding use for it. So it is at her house because she is ready to teach me and show me the ways. I'm excited. So I have all this out because I need to put it in my car to take to her house so that we can get started. So this is, you know, chore number whatever for the day to make sure I have everything ready for next week to start. Now I go back outside. Josh, you don't have to come with me. I go get my bucket so I can take it back into the pig room and take out David and them's dirty laundry and redress their cage while we talk about the next group. Back in the doo-doo room. All right, so I'm in David's cage now, and what I'm gonna do first is just take everything out. I have their cage open so that they can go into the free room while I take all their mats out, because essentially they will probably want to, but David's right here. Watch.
Sounds like a motorboat.
Hey, handsome. Come here, my little kid. I got me a little piggy, and he is so squishy. Hi. Are you napping? Are you napping in so much doo-doo? Is mommy kissing a doo-doo face? I ordered new shampoo for us so we can take baths soon. And now it's Stinky. You ready for king cage so you can doo-doo all over our fresh, clean cage? Yeah, it's our favorite. It's so funny because they're so gross in the sense where they just like poop everywhere and they'll lay in their poop, but like guinea pigs love a fresh, clean cage. I mean, I know anyone who has a guinea pig knows that. It's like, as soon as I put in like a real fresh everything, I mean, they lose their minds. Like, I mean, you'll see David gets so hyped. Don't you, buddy? All right, mommy's got to get to work. I could just do disto all day instead, right? Who needs to key when you can snugs? Who wants to just watch me do 20 minutes of snuggling with David, right? 20 minutes of snuggling with David. We got to cut your nails a little bit today. We got to get it up Timmy Tim. Look at that little face. Oh. Just love you. Let's get you in a little criddle cuddler and just, let's go watch some TV. Eat some veggies. Okay, mommy's got work to do. You ready? There you go, sir. All right, so let's start getting, dump bucket. This is actually, I put in the other day, so this one's not dirty. All right, we take out the food bowls. Yep, burp, burp, burp. I think Bebe's under here. I think everyone's under here. They love this little cozy section. There she is. Hi, sweet girl. What you doing? Hi, Miss Bebe. Hi, Miss Bebe. You ready? I'm gonna move it, okay? You show all your poops off. So many poops. Okay, bye.
Whoa, it's a mountain.
All right, let's pump and dump. Dump the duties. Wash the blanket. All right, so I have the mats down, and then I have these, I think they're initially like, they're advertised for dogs, but like these dog pee pads, and I put them underneath, and they don't ever, I say they don't ever get wet. Does this feel wet to me? Sometimes it's just so hard to tell. No, it's fine, okay. And so this is what is considered a full clean and not like a spot clean, which I do on the weekends because during the week it's just like too hard to manage this much laundry on top of like a cleaning day. Because when I say cleaning day, I clean houses for a living. So like I'll clean a house, you know, anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours. And then I come home and I have, you know, my own pig chores and cleaning, and then trying to like do any kind of full cleans during the week is just really hard. I do litter boxes like every few days, but that's That's like a GIF. And then some things won't get soiled. Like this little pee pad that just kind of connects a bare spot like is fine. So I'll keep this in here for like the next round. This will come out. And Josh will take it for me.
Well, it's heavy.
No, just you hold it by the heavy side typically. But, you know. Will you hand me my dustpan, por favor? 1 second, please. Oh, I just flung poop all over the floor. That's great. That's perfect. Just what I wanted. No, it's not. Sometimes we have loose hay. I'll just get this up. This is just all hay that falls out of the hay rack that's like never really soiled. It's just like dry hay that I technically could probably feed them, but I just pitch it into my compost pile. All right, so now I'll get my rugs back, my fresh ones. I don't know whose channel I was watching and I saw that they hung a lot of their liners in the closet and I was like, why have I never thought about that? It freed up so much space on my shelves. So thank you to whoever's channel I was watching who does that. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people, but I was like, duh, Sarah. All right, so while I dress this cage, I will talk about Frenchie and Gigi. So Frenchie and Gigi, I got after I paired up Figgy and Olive. So once I found them a pair, I was like really stoked for them, but I was really bummed for Henry because the whole point of everything was I was trying to find someone for Henry. And I got on Craigslist, because there's always someone rehoming a guinea pig on Craigslist. I was like, okay, well, what if I get another, you know, because he didn't do well with Olive, and I was like, what if I get a female and he doesn't like her, and then I have another guinea pig who doesn't have someone. So then I went in with the idea like, okay, I'll rescue in a bonded pair, so then at least if Henry, you know, doesn't take to either of them, then I'll have two that have each other and they were good with each other. So I found Frenchie and Gigi. I want to say their names were Marshmallow and Brownie, which were cute names, but you know, sometimes you want to like name your own animals. So I just gave them new names. Gigi is short for Gretchen Wieners. If you have ever seen Mean Girls, then you will know who Gretchen Wieners is. And I resonate with Gretchen Wieners. And Frenchie is, I don't even know where, she's just so, what's the word for Frenchie? I mean, the vet called her a hot mess, but I feel like she's just bad and bougie, you know what I mean? So she's just Frenchie. She's Frenchie, I don't know. So out of the two, out of Frenchie and Gigi, Frenchie is definitely the alpha. Gigi kind of just keeps to herself and does her own thing, but she has these random little spurts. Well, you'll just hear rattling and just like vibrating in her cage, and she is just zooming all around, and she gets just these like bursts of little energy, and then she'll start humping Frenchie, and then she would like go up to Henry and just start humping him, and then just like do another zoomy. And it's not like it happens every day. It happens like once every like few weeks. She just gets these like little moments. I don't know if it's like her in heat. I'm not really sure like about like characteristics that come with females in heat like that, but I'm obsessed with it. She's so cool. She surprises me all the time. She's like the guinea pig who you think you know, and she's like, oh, she's so quiet and reserved, and then like the next thing you know, she's the girl like on the bar dancing, singing karaoke, and like doesn't seem shy at all. Before I move on, I'm gonna piece together this last little corner, and you know, I'm overlapping just because that's just how long it is, and we're overlapping. You can't really look at David. They're so ready to get back in. They love cage clean day. Love, love, love. All right, I have these pillowcases draped over here because this is where the air vent is. So when the heat's coming out or the air's coming out, it's just kind of intense in this area. So I encourage the air to come up through here instead of blowing out at them. That's why I have that like that. Poor baby. She just wants to be in here so bad. I wonder if I can. Hi, sweet girl. Here, watch this.
Aww.
I know, honey. Oh wait, well here, I'll give it back to you really quick. Let me get the blanket first. Let's get the blankie. They like to nest in this little corner, so I'll get any kind of fleece blanket and just like bundle it up in here. And then, all right, honey, we'll do this. And then, ooh, but the problem is I'm not done with the back side of the cage, so do you think you can stay over in this area while I finish, and I'll let you in? Oh, just want some water now? Now you're okay? All right. Oh, that dump bucket smells so bad. Oh, now you're over it. Now I got everything ready and you don't even care. That's fine. That's fine too. That's fine. I talked about Gigi. Frenchie is like a very confident piggy who's like also kind of a mean girl. I hate to say that, but she is kind of a mean girl. She, again, will take any kind of food or anything out of my hand. Like, if I go to, like, stand in her cage to do something, she doesn't spook and run off. But, ooh, if I touch her. She's the pig that you can hear from, like, the other side of the house. She's just step on your foot.
Yeah, it
Isn't
scares
it
me.
so cute that when you feel their little feet on your feet? It's my favorite. So, sorry, I'm talking about Frenchie, and now I'm just gonna like segue right back into Bebe. Bebe, usually like I'll have it so that they can be in here and walking around while I'm doing this, but I don't wanna do that while I'm filming just because there's so much going on. I don't wanna accidentally like step on anyone, but she's the piggy who will walk across your feet all the time, and she'll come and literally nibble on my toenails. It's so weird. Like sometimes I'll look down and I'll be like, oh my God, what are you doing? And she's just like, I'm like, this doesn't seem right. Okay, so sorry. Back to Frenchie. Yeah, she, like, if I touch her, I mean, she squeals. It sounds like I've squeezed her. Like, that's what she's acting like.
I'd say more of a scream.
It's like, like, I legitimately took her to the vet
see
because
that?
I thought, what did she do?
You did that and Baby was like, what?
Yeah, she hates being picked up. She hates being touched, but she likes being in the cuddle sack. Like if she's in the cuddle sack and I give her a carrot and we're like laying down, she'll totally like chill out and then like eventually pee on me because she's like so relaxed. As far as like overly interacting while she's in the cuddle sack, she's not into that, but she likes to be in it. You just gotta leave her alone. And you definitely have to give her like a veggie. Look, she's at your feet. She's gonna do it. Watch, film, just hold it there.
People don't want to see feet. She's like, let me in.
I know, she wants to come in so bad. You can, here, I'll open the door for her. The only problem is you're standing on the thing that I need to use for your bridge. How about this? I'm gonna fold it up this. She squeezed behind the bucket. She's gone. Magic trick, disappearing piggy. Here she comes.
Yeah, no. She's got my mic.
She needed to see if it was poisonous.
It was.
What do you think, babe? I'm not really done yet. But you happy? Here, you want your tunnel back? Take your tunnel. All right. Last is this weird little spot that like I can't have a rug fit, so I put a little pee pad here, and that helps cover the floor. And I've said before, I try to like roll everything up on the crown molding because they just back their heinies up and they'll just pee all over the wood. Little boogers. Is she in here?
Yes, so.
She's in there. Oh. Skirp. Oh, this is the cute critter shop tunnel.
On Etsy.
What do you think? Hey. Come out here where everyone can see your cute face. You want another little piece? Here comes someone. Like I said earlier, my most food motivated pig. How did she even hear this? Again, Alexis, who won't let me touch her. You can get in my lap? Alexis will get in my lap for a treat, but she won't let me actually touch her. Look at this. Like, would never let me actually touch her, but I could get her all the way up in my lap. Can you get up here? She's allowed to touch me, but I'm just not allowed to touch her. What's the rules? Ready? You want to show them how? See? I love you. Let me give you a pet. No, not for the camera. Only for the Instagram, not for the YouTube. She'll probably bite me because she smells the residue on my finger. Look. She wants one. Hi, monkey. She's another one. I can take treats from you, but you may not touch me, ma'am. Oh no, we woke everyone up. Look, turn around. Everyone's awake now. Everyone heard it. It's a rat. Here you go. The only person who doesn't wake up for treats is Hippie. All right. We won't torture everyone. Here, let me find you a piece that's a good size. Here you go, mister. Good girl. Gigi will sometimes take it from me. Let's see what we got here.
Did you take it?
Oh my God, yeah. gone with the wind. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen or noticed my Gigi portrait that I have of like our Gigi, Our Lady Guadalupe. My friend painted that. It's magical. Someone's up here. I hear chattering. Where are you? Hi, girl. You want one more? I'll put it right there. We'll just drop them for her because she might just want to, she'll find them on her own. Good girl. Just MJ. This is Mama Zune.
Hi. David, you're going crazy.
Oh, it's because his cage is clean. He cannot believe his life right now. He might giddy up here in a second. So last for their cage when I'm doing a full cage clean is their litter box. I just gave them a new one, but well, for the sake of the video, we'll do a full litter box clean. So I still like to empty everything into here because this all goes into our compost. I just roll this guy up, take my U-Haul pads and just sort of roll over it. And then Josh, you can put it in the, don't spill it. But then after you do that, the problem is that basket is what I need. So for my litter box, like fleece liners and U-Haul liners, I keep them separately in a basket just so when I'm doing laundry, I had to burp. There it is. And when I go to dress them, instead of having to like dig through the shelves, because I just like mix stuff up in here all the time on a whim, I just have all my stuff that fits perfectly in these litter boxes. So like I'll be like, oh, this one, perfect. And then I'll fold her over. Just try to stay as organized as possible just so chores don't take as long. Cause you know, I know for all my piggy people, you know how long it takes, how much time we put into it. So like if this is exposed, cause I always try to have like a double layer, I'll just fold it and make it so it's like a double layer. And then just kind of piece it together with all my scrap pieces, just like that. And then find what I think is a big enough line that does not look like it'll be wide enough. Let's find a wider one. Does this one? No. Do we have one wide enough? All right, this one will probably work. I don't like when they fold up like this because they'll just eventually, and then poop gets all on the backside. So I tuck like that just to make it so for cleaning purposes, when I'm spot cleaning, it doesn't go under. So here we go. Ta-da. All right, so while I finish this out, I'll talk about Hippie, because I know I just like sort of scooted him in with the conversation when I was talking about the Rose family herd and when I brought MJ home. But Hippie is such a unique little creature. He again was brought to the pet shop. He had like a chunk missing out of his ear. He had ringworm. And my friend who manages the shop called me and he was like, someone just dropped off a skinny. Like, I know how obsessed you are with them. Like, do you want to come check it out? And at this time I had like I had gone through all of that jumble with like Frenchie and Henry and Olive and Figgy. And I was like, I have gotten everyone paired up and I was like, no, I can't start this over again. It took me so long to find like companions for everyone, but I was like, I just have to go check him out. And when I got there, that's when I saw the chunk missing out of his ear. I saw that he had ringworm, and I've talked about this before in past videos where I'm like how many like guinea pig connoisseurs come in here? And he was just like, you. And I was like, tight. So someone's gonna just get this guinea pig because they think it's cool and like not know how to take care of it. And like he wasn't even aware that it was ringworm that was on the guinea pig. So I was just like, I'm going home with a guinea pig. Like, this is how this happens. And so I brought him home, got his ringworm under control, got him neutered. I didn't really have a plan as to where I was going with like how to find a companion for him, but we already talked about how that went and how I found MJ. But as far as his personality, when it was just him, he wouldn't run for me actually when I would go in to scoop him to get him out and hold him, because when he was living by himself, you know, I made sure every night and every day I had set aside time to where I would hold him in the critter sack and we would spend time together because he was alone. And he would just let me scoop him up. Like, he didn't run for me. And I don't know if that was just like out of fear. I loved it. And then once I paired him with MJ, he wanted nothing to do with me. It was like as soon as I got him a mate, if I reached my hand in there to try to get him. He was also at that time like getting a little bit older, and it was kind of in his like teenage phase where he would nip at me. So if I was to like go to try to pick him up, he would kind of like give me like warning nips to like back off. And he grew out of that. I mean, he is still very jumpy with my hand in his cage, but he's only nipped at me like 1 or 2 times. But if I don't jerk my hand away when he's just trying to figure out what I am when I'm in there doing stuff, he will just smell me and kind of go his own way. But he is a pretty jumpy guy. He doesn't back down. He's like not shy. It's weird because for as jumpy as he is, you'd think he'd be more like standoffish, but he's like not at all. He's the kind of person that really runs towards the fight. He drives MJ crazy a lot of the times. He's young and very humpy, and she, I think, is getting more patient with it. Used to she wouldn't let him hump her at all, and now she'll kind of just like let him do it for a little bit. And I don't know if it's appropriate to even talk about this, but I mean, they're guinea pigs. This is like what they do. So he is my most active pig because he is my youngest, and he's just like, he's like a annoying teenager, and he's like an old grumpy man at the exact same time because he runs, I mean, he'll just do sprints up and down 3 levels. He'll annoy her and try to, you know, mess with her and get her out of a house so he can be in it. But then at the same time, when he's napping, like if you notice when I ran around and just did pea flakes for everyone, I didn't give one to him because he's like, do not interrupt my nap for anything. Like he does not want treats at treat time. Like I give it to him later in the day when he's finally awake because he just gets so annoyed. He likes to be in his little house like the one I showed you that I just bought and 4 more of. And he just wants to be there for hours during the afternoon, and he does not want to be bothered. And then when he's ready to bother you, he is ready to bother you. So that about does it for the background on all my pigs and a little bit about their personalities. I keep having to burp. So last for my cage clean, I got new liner for my litter box. I got fresh hay. I got their racks stuffed with fresh hay. They're patiently waiting for it, so we're gonna put this back in. It's a final touch. Here she goes. And this is too when I would go into my toy box and then spread out new toys in their cage. And I'm just finding myself in this like, almost like a writer's block where I buy the same toys and I just want new toys. So if you have toy ideas or like toys that your guinea pigs like, or you know, I don't think you can put actual websites in comments because it won't let me load the comment if you do. But if you tell me, I just want any ideas you have about toys, if you could just leave them in the comments, because I'm just hitting like a block with like new ideas of toys for them. And we need to up the game. Thank you for being here with us and hanging out. We post videos every week. So if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe and hang out with us next week. Love you. See you next time.